Konnichiwa and welcome everybody back to Chroneviews. And first off, long time no see. Life's been busy and I've done a lot of stuff for Jurassic Park fan film projects, including buying a lot of sculptures and casts that will help me to make some props. So I haven't exactly been able to buy much figures, but finally I was able to buy this. And this time it's the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Monolophosaurus battle damage. And the fun thing is that this is supposed to be I think Walmart exclusive, but one of the Swedish stores, they suddenly had a lot of Jurassic World stuff, including those. It's not even Walmart, and yet they had those. But I had to order it online though, because my local store did not have any in stock. But I did it mostly for this thing, because I wanted the Monolophosaurus, but buying this loose, including shipping from the United States, cost almost as much as buying the whole set. And I like the T-Rex. I don't have a stream chomping T-Rex yet, so why the heck not? So first off, let's get into the package. The package is the standard Jurassic World layout. I haven't gotten into the Dino Rivals packagings yet, but that will come because I plan to get a few soon enough. And it's a standard volcano background, and it shows here what you can do. So it's the battle damage function on this one and the chomping on this one. And it has the standard layout with the cage design, and it says battle damage. And the packaging basically is on the side the same as usual, and on the back you can see T-Rex itself and what it can do, and the Monolophosaurus, and including some other battle damage assortment right there. And up there it explains about the dinosaur, the Facts app, Jurassic World Facts app. Alright, here they are out of the package, and I must say I really love them, both of them. But first things first, I'm going into the Monolophosaurus, which was the whole reason for getting this set, because I really like this green one. I mean, people could say that, yeah, but if you didn't need a T-Rex, then you could get the orange one that came out. Yeah, I might get the orange one, but I really like the green color. And to be honest, this green color is awesome, and the sculpture is cool too. And I really wanted the extreme chomping T-Rex. Sure, I wanted to get the green one only at first, but having the original Rexy, well, this one have wounds, but still the original Legacy collection version, but with the wound features instead. And I can live with that. So, the Monolophosaurus, first off, let's check the Facts app before I forget about it. There you go. This one is quite neatly painted. It have brighter underbelly, it have nice stripes. It looks very natural. I really like this color. And the stripes continue onto the tail, and that's something I really like. Sadly, the claws are not painted on either the arms or the feet, but like with all attack pack size dinosaurs, that's the case, sadly. The tail is not articulated. The legs are articulated, but they are slightly loose, but it can still stand. The arms are ball jointed. The neck are cut jointed like this, and you can open the mouth. You have to put in the nail in there to get it open though. So the mouth open all the way down and keeps in position very nicely. You can open it all the way down there, but that looks a bit weird, so I say like this is the best. And the paint is nice and shiny on the tongue. The teeth are slightly bled over at the tongue there, but otherwise very clean. And it have a nice clean eye with a small pupil there, and it's a brighter color on the crest. And the action feature is of course the battle damage like this. Just like with blue, you have to push it in slightly and it will go down with a, I think it's a spring, it's spring loaded. But I'm not annoyed by it when it's closed, so it blends in pretty nicely. And this overall design, I really like it because it's not in the movies, but Mattel did a good job on designing how the Monolophosaurus should look. And then let's just size it up. It matches blue very nicely. It's basically the same size range as the Velociraptors. And that's pretty much to be expected. I don't have that much knowledge on the real life size on Monolophosaurus, but I think it's a small carnivore, just like, well, those are not the scientific size for raptors, but akin to those size range like Deinonychus or Utahraptor or something like that. So I think it's pretty nice. So let's size it up with Owen as well. Well, you get it. So moving on to the T-Rex. Let's put the Monolophosaurus. I can stand in the background in all its glory. The T-Rex is pretty nice too. It's the basic T-Rex sculpt. We are, probably all of us are familiar with this sculpture by now. And the paint job that Mattel have on all their T-Rexes, except the new awesome green one. That I think is supposed to be either the T-Rex from JP3, since it's small like this one, or the Buck T-Rex from Lost World. But if it is the Buck T-Rex, I really think they did a lazy job not doing a new head sculpt for it. But it's still a cool dinosaur, and I will probably view it as the JP3 one. But that's not relevant right now. This one is the relevant one. And the paint job is, well, after the fact app. Here's the T-Rex code for the Jurassic World Facts app. And the paint job, it's basically the same like the others. A brighter underbelly that sadly ends here. I wish they continued it on the tail. Same goes for the darker back. It doesn't continue on the tail, which is a bit sad. Otherwise, it have nice clean paint job, nicely painted eyes, and the scars are actually quite clean and nicely painted. I like them more in person than I did on looking from pics on the internet, but I would have preferred the non-scarred one in general, but because it would be nicer if the scars were sculpted and then painted instead of just painted. But I get it, this is a repaint of the legacy version of Rexy, so I get it. And it's nice to have this version as well. And as far as articulation goes, the legs can move out and in, just like the others, and this one is a little bit loose, just like the Spino, and it slots into different default positions, but you can have it stay in the middle positions, but it might not be guaranteed to hold these positions. You can also swivel the feet, and the tail can go like sideways and up and down. Okay, you can't turn the tail around like the Spino, but it's still it's enough. And the arms can move like this, but you can also turn them. You can see there's a joint, you can turn them to the side like this, so it's a sort of ball joint. You can angle the arms a little bit, something I wish the Colossal T-Rex also had, but it does not have. But my favorite joint is this, a double jointed head. You can do a lot of different poses with this head and have it stay there. And the action feature on this one is like the Extreme Chomping version from the Legacy Collection. It have the chomp action. And this one have the old version of the chomp action, because I think they fixed this tongue that are sticking right out. Just like the Spino, the newer versions I think falls. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain that's the case. But this one have the old one. I don't mind because it looks like it's roaring brutally. But I can see how this might be a problem though for when biting stuff. Like you could literally do like this and then poke with the tongue. The tongue will be in the way. And I can see how that annoys some people, and maybe it looks a little bit weird but I don't mind that much. And the nice thing about this is, just like the other Rexes, it's nice, glossy, looks like it's wet inside the mouth, and I like that. The teeth on this one are nicely painted as well. I sort of wish that all the scars were as thin and nice. Those scars are really nice, they're really thin. Those ones are more broad. So you could say that this is Rexy after fighting the raptors in Jurassic Park with fresh wounds, because it's not the Jurassic World Rexy with the old scars, because it doesn't have any sculpted scars. This could be the ones on the neck, and this one is imaginary new scars that wasn't in the film, like here and here, or like it's fresh fighting the Indominus or something. But I don't think the placement of the wounds should be questioned, because it's fictional. Mattel just did something to make a battle damage version, and it is no need to really think deeper into it. So now let's compare it to the Fresh and Fro. You can see that the head are slightly smaller on this one, and this one is slightly taller, so this one is more massive. So if you compare Owen, this one is probably close to the scientific size and the JP3 size, and this one is more close to the JP size T-Rexes. Or I could be wrong, this one could also be more JP correct, and this one could be just pretty much oversized. But it's toys, so just roughly correct is enough for me. And I think that it's actually, it's sized up good to play with for kids, and that's the main thing about a toy. So I will not blame them for the sizing. This T-Rex is a little bit less bulky to bring and play with, so, and here's the Spino. So it's basically, and the Spino, the tongue falls down on the Spino, which is how it's supposed to be on the newer versions of those as well. I think it was just the legacy one though. I'm not sure if they even updated the battle damage one. I don't know, so I'm not going to speculate anything anymore about it. It's just fact, and I'm not even sure if I'm right. I just remember reading it somewhere. So what can I say about this set? It's really, really good. I like it. And despite not being a fan of the wounds at the start, they have grown on me. In general, these T-Rex have grown on me, and I'm pleased. So I'm glad I did it. And I hope you enjoyed this review. So until next time, take care and sayonara.